Friday night at Fenway. The Red Sox are back home to entertain the Seattle Mariners. The Red Sox bats got rolling in Minnesota yesterday, and the Sox can settle in for a lot of home games coming up. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us. Great to be back home. Red Sox taking on the Mariners tonight. I'm Dave O'Brien, my partner, the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Garrett Austin joining us tonight as well. And the Red Sox are 29-11 here at Fenway Park so far this season, and a lot of home games between now and the All-Star break.
Well, as we saw on this road trip, they didn't swing the bat all that well, and they win on the road, but they're not the same team offensively. And you see the numbers at home. I mean, they're probably one of the best, if not the best, offensive hitting club at home. I mean, look at the slugging. I mean, and the OPS. I mean, everybody in this lineup seems to be much more confident at home. And the fact that you said that there's a lot more home games coming up before the All-Star break plays to the Red Sox. And, you know, recently they haven't swung the bat good against left-handed pitching. They're going to see some left-handed pitching tonight in particular. They owe some to LeBlanc. They owe him big time. But the Red Sox are just a different club at home offensively.
And it was nice to see them swing the bats like they are capable in Minnesota. Mookie Betts leading that charge against the Twins. He belted an opposite field home run. Really tagged the ball all over their ballpark, trying to do it again against Seattle here tonight. Game 1 of the weekend series coming your way from Fenway Park. Toyota.com. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, service you can see, experts you can trust. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Pretty night in the city. Red Sox back home at Fenway Park for a 6-game homestand. Seattle in and then the Angels. And for more on Mookie Betts, who is surging again, let's toss it down to Garen.
Hi, Obi. That's right. Mookie Betts has been heating up. 3 hits yesterday, 2 hits the game before that. Alex Cora said that they were able to identify a few things on video. I talked to hitting coach Tim Hires about the adjustments that they've made.
I think coming off an injury, your timing, you know, is probably the most difficult thing to get back. And so it started with his hands. I just think, you know, his hands were getting low and kind of getting stuck. And then, you know, Alex was watching this video with myself, and we just kind of talked about getting him back up a little faster so he could get his hands through the zone a little bit quicker. And, you know, Mookie's Mookie after that.
And Mookie Betts really sets the tone for this offense. And when he's hitting, it seems like everything else seems to fall into place. Hopefully the Red Sox will be able to carry over some of that momentum from yesterday as they start this series against the Mariners. Stephen Wright is on the mound when we return. Dave O'Brien and Dennis Eckersley are on the call.
official batting glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Digital Federal Credit Union, what can DCU save you? Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank.com. Your local New England Ford dealers. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. What a treat to be back at Fenway Park. Red Sox taking on the Seattle Mariners, who were just swept by the New York Yankees in the Bronx. And tonight it's the knuckleballer Stephen Wright who's really dealing up against Wade LeBlanc, the left-hander. You see the standings up on the board. The Sox 2 games back. You see that split in games played in the loss column. The Yankees have played 4 fewer games than the Red Sox, so that means they've got some doubleheaders coming up. That's incredible. You think about it. Both these clubs haven't even played half the season yet, and they're on a pace of 100 or more games. You don't want to be on the backside of that. And what a split there is, Zach, when you look at baseball today, particularly the American League, and the difference between the clubs that look like they're the elite teams, like the Red Sox, the Houston Astros, the New York Yankees, maybe the Seattle team, we'll find out, and everybody else. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you just don't know about this Seattle team. They played so well before the Red Sox got in town last weekend, and you see what's happened. They went to New York, lost 3 tough ones too. A little walk-off Johnson by Stanton. Yesterday they held on to a 4-0 lead. They won 4-3. So they've been, living on those one-run games, and sooner or later you're going to run out of gas here. Well, we shall find out tonight what the weekend has in store. The Red Sox coming off losing 2 out of 3 to the Minnesota Twins, but really blowing up offensively and getting some runs on the board. So you saw a lot more smiles on that flight home from Alex Cora and his team. Thank goodness they swung the bat yesterday, because they were in a funk. They really were. Pitching has held them where they are right now as this road trip, but they're back home where they mash, and hopefully they can start tonight. And Wright has been right in the middle of that. We'll give you a look at the starting lineup here for the Seattle Mariners, and D. Gordon will kick it off. He's very fast. He's stolen 19 bases. Haniger in right, Span in left, with Nelson Cruz, the DH, has 18 home runs. Kyle Seager at third base, Ryan Healy at first. The catcher is Mike Zunino. Guillermo Heredia will patrol center field, and Andrew Romine is at shortstop. Number 9 hitter against Wright, who comes in with a minuscule ERA of 1.23. The Red Sox defense tonight is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Around the infield, Devers at third, Bogarts at short, Brock Holt at second tonight, Mitch Moreland at first. Out in the outfield, J.D. Martinez tonight left field, Andrew Benintendi in center, Mookie Betts back in right behind the plate, Christian Vasquez catching Stephen Wright. Umpires tonight brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mike Estabrook behind home plate. Alfonso Marquez is the crew chief. Dreckman and Fairchild at second and third. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compare2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. And the forecast for tonight: partly cloudy skies, 72 degrees, bit of a breeze from right to left. You always wonder when a knuckleballer is on the mound if that wind kicks up, if that can become a factor, but will not be any issue tonight, it would not appear. What we saw with Stephen Wright last year when he was in trouble was when it was a wet field. He had a lot of trouble, but tonight is perfect. Well, among pitchers with at least 30 innings in the books this season, his ERA is the 4th lowest in the American League and in the top 10 in all of baseball. He was a tough luck loser against the Seattle team at Safeco Field. We'll see how it plays out tonight in the rematch. D. Gordon to get in, and the first one tonight. Ripped into center field, coming on Benintendi. It'll drop in for a base hit. And with Gordon, you always have to worry about the stolen base. Again, he has 19 steals. Really probably one of the best base stealers in the game today. And that's really always a problem with a knuckleball pitcher, stealing bases. And they've got a couple of guys that can run. One of them's not playing tonight, Segura. Yeah, he's out with an infection. Haniger hitting .260, 16 home runs. He's driven in 54. He's cooled off a little bit after a very hot start. Denard Span on deck. Guy who has hurt the Red Sox a couple of times in 2 different uniforms this season. Haniger just 1 out of his last 18. Gordon #1 in the American League with the 19 thefts. As we mentioned before, his dad, Tom Flash Gordon, used to pitch for the Boston Red Sox. And that one wrapped foul. His dad had a nasty curveball.
Oh, did he ever? I mean, he did it all too. He started, relieved, set up. I mean, you know, he came over here. I played with him my last year. I played in '98. He saved, I think, 46 games that year. He was awesome.
Usually a question of when this guy will run, not if. That's in there for a strike. 75 with that knuckleball. Now the Mariners coming in 3.5 games behind the Houston Astros on a 4-game losing skid. Astros, the Red Sox, and the Yankees, the only 3 teams in the majors who have 50 wins already. And a wave and a miss.
That's a wave, all right. He missed that ball by a foot.
And down he goes, strike 3.
I mean, you can't. How can anybody try to hit this thing? This thing goes straight down, swings over the top of it. The slower he throws it, the more it moves.
Span will dig in next. 251 with 6 home runs. He's had 2 game-winning hits against the Red Sox this year. He did it on opening day with Tampa Bay. That was a 3-run triple. And then he broke the Red Sox hearts in Seattle as well.
These guys made that trade so early. Jerry DiPoto, their GM, made this trade with Tampa Bay when they got Span and they got Colomé out in the bullpen. Kind of surprising early on.
May 25th. Yeah, that's a fairly major trade very early. You may see more of that in baseball this year. Oh, going to be close, and it rolls away.
Good throw. He's out. He had him leaning big time. He is lucky. He said, look at little stutter step. If he throws there, he's out. Throw into the runner. That's why he couldn't catch it, Mitch. But a good throw. He would have had him easy.
By the way, Gordon with that base hit to begin the ball game, the first man leading off an inning who has reached this season against Wright. He only allowed 1 home run as well. Is going to keep Gordon close.
It's about the only time that Stephen Wright takes his time is when there's a guy that can run on first base, because he's usually in a hurry. But he's got to hold it. And you know he wants to go.
Span has only seen Stephen Wright a couple of times in his career. He's 1 for 2 off him. Ground ball, nobody there, right through the shortstop position. Charging in Martinez. The runners will hold at first and second. So Span goes the other way for a base hit. And a couple of men are on for Nelson Cruz right away.
Anytime you beat this shift, it's like, what is going on? I mean, it's ridiculous how much you give him. You give him the whole left-hand side of the infield. It's incredible. And the guy's throwing soft. They're giving it to you.
Well, Span is a good professional hitter. Cruz still socks the ball a long way. 254 with 18 homers, 41 runs batted in.
That's when that shift just really boggles your mind.
1 down.
Oh.
High fly ball left center field. That one way back and off the light tower. Almost halfway up for a 3-run homer, number 19 for Cruz. Just like that, 3-0 Seattle.
You can't even catch your breath on a beat the shift base hit, and guy goes bridge bomb. See ya. You see this knuckleball does nothing. It just sits there and he launches it. Talk about launch. There's a launch angle for you. Light tower power, whatever. 3-run bomb. That's bad. That is not good.
6-game hitting streak. He's homered 3 times. He's been hot like that before. And the Red Sox are in a quick hole here. Kyle Seager hitting .228. He's hit 13 home runs. 3 for 9 against Wright. Ground ball, and Wright will make a nice play on the backhand and throw on to get him for the second out. Seager trying to take it up the middle, but Wright got in the way. 2 down for Healy.
I tell you, Nelson Cruz wears out the Red Sox. He just does. When he was with Baltimore, he wore him out.
Well, he was a guy that David Ortiz made a very strong play for the Red Sox to sign, remember?
Yep. Well, he had the PED thing, and a lot of people stayed clear of him.
He was suspended, then went out west, and he's done nothing but hit. There's another deep drive. That one to left field by Healy, and this one's gone way out of Fenway. Wright has quickly allowed 4 runs here in the first inning. And the second home run, number 14 for Ryan Healy.
We're not talking cheap home run here.
Totally out of the ballpark.
This one takes your breath away. As soon as he swing it, you know it's gone. Once again, that knuckleball, when it doesn't do anything, you're talking about hit me. And that's over everything way back.
Now, what a start here for Seattle. Is Zunino. 202 with 11 home runs. Last home run he hit was against the Red Sox on June 15th at Safeco. That's high and tight.
I mean, he can go out here and have this inning like this and then throw 5 goose eggs up. You just don't know.
Two nothing. A Trickler endeavors to be challenged. He'll scoop it, fire, and he will get him at first base in a bang bang play that retires the side, but Seattle hangs up 4 to start. That's some serious bridge work.
Should have picked that guy off. He would have been golden.
Well, Seattle came out swinging. Here's the Red Sox lineup, brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts will lead it off. He belted a home run yesterday. So did Benintendi. JD Martinez in left today with Moreland at first, Bogarts at short. Brock Holt is the second baseman. Rafael Devers at third. Christian Vasquez does the catching. Blake Swihart the DH. And facing a lefty, really dazzled the Red Sox last time he faced them in Seattle. Wade LeBlanc, he went 7 2/3. He allowed just 2 hits, didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 9.
Changeup master.
Yeah, and he was a shock in that one because Red Sox frankly thought that they would hit him like this. A base hit up the middle. Mookie Betts quickly on to begin the ball game for the Red Sox. After going 3 for 6 with a home run yesterday, certainly looked like he had found a stroke again.
I tell you, you're concerned. You think about Betts because he didn't seem the same guy, right? And because we're expecting him to just wear everybody out. But you see right there, he gets a fastball right down the middle. That's what you're supposed to do. Base hit. That's the most hits they've got since the whole entire time they faced them last time.
Now, last time Mookie did the same thing. He got a hit off him to begin the ball game in the first inning. LeBlanc then set down the next 22. We'll see how differently this may play out tonight. Benintendi bloops that one. That may find a home. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Mookie up to second, so a quick start for the Red Sox. First and second for Martinez.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Mariners defense tonight. They're 5th in the American League, 38 errors, 75 games. You see around the infield, Seager at third, Romine at short, D. Gordon at second, Ryan Healy at first. Out in the outfield, Denard Span in left, Guillermo Heredia in center, and Mitch Haniger in right. Behind the plate, Mike Zunino catching Wade LeBlanc.
And JD Martinez in the batter's box. 315, 22 homers, 55 RBI, 2 for 4 with a double yesterday. JD also coming back to life with that bat by going to right field a couple of times yesterday. This one to left. He scalds it to the wall. That slams into the tin. Mookie rounding third. He's going to score. Benintendi to third. Down to second. Martinez. Red Sox fighting right back immediately. 56 RBI now for Martinez. Red Sox quickly get on the board.
I'll tell you what, LeBlanc right away. He's trying to get away with fastballs. Mediocre cheese. You're talking about salad right there. Boom. JD's not waiting. Everybody is all over it. And you see the read by Benintendi. He's right up Betts is back. He's running to third base. He's there early. Double by JD. Second and third. They got it happening.
Well, and a couple of obviously key guys for the Red Sox, Betts and Martinez, are swinging it again. Mitch Moreland 288 with 10 home runs. He's also starting to catch fire. 4-game hitting streak for him. Second and third, and Moreland will take a ball.
LeBlanc, I'll tell you what, he's falling out of his tree quick, huh? It's amazing what he's done. He's been on a roll. It's bound to happen.
He's made 17 career starts for Seattle. He's never lost. 6-0. Red Sox trying to beat him tonight in the rematch, and that one's fouled away by Moreland. Time to see who's been driving the ball, presented by Toyo Tires. Moreland last 6 games hitting .350 with 5 RBI. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Red Sox.
You're not going to see a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from these two pitchers until they leave the game.
Second and third and a run in. That almost hit him. Reminds you a lot of Jamie Moyer, doesn't he?
Yeah, I guess that he throws maybe a little harder than Jamie when he was 50.
He was still getting it done.
Yeah.
Benintendi at third and JD Martinez at second. That's hit hard. Base hit into right. Benintendi scores. Martinez to third. He stops there. And the first 4 Red Sox have all whacked hits.
Oh, this is beautiful. They are making him pay. I'll tell you, in a hurry. 4 hits in a row. There's a rope by Mitch Moreland. He gets a cutter that he leaves kind of middle. He goes and hooks it right into the defense, but Gordon can't get there. Look at it. He's out in right field. He tries to dive out of his reach. RBI there by Moreland. And the beat goes on.
But baseball is a funny game. Last time out, this guy gave up 2 hits and 7 2/3 to the Red Sox. They already have 4, and he has not recorded an out in the rematch. Xander Bogaerts looking to keep that line moving. 280 with a dozen homers. He takes a ball.
There's that changeup. He's the guy that throws 30% changeups. He's like 3rd in the league. He's like Estrada, who's number 1. Manaea, who we saw, threw a no-hitter against us with a bunch of changeups, and
yes.
he's right there, 3rd in the American League. Changeup master.
1-0. A ball, a strike on Xander. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire, complete auto service. We're always here to get you there. Xander against Seattle, some pretty good numbers. 313, 3 home runs in that series at Safeco Field. He drove in 9 runs on the road trip.
Yeah, he almost went bridge last time up yesterday, didn't he? Ball off the bottom of the left field wall.
Yep.
I think he thought it was gone.
I think he did.
Didn't he?
They drove in a couple of runs with a double. He's driven in 43. Not at the midway point. Tonight for the Red Sox, game number 77. Followed that one all the way down into the mid. Another changeup, and the count's 2-2. So the Red Sox have responded lightning quick. Brock Holt on deck. And they have runners on the corners and nobody out. He struck him out. 83 miles an hour. Down goes Xander for out number 1.
Boy, it didn't look like much. Ball upstairs, a little cut on it. I don't know what he was looking for. After all those changeups, you're not sure what he's going to throw. High cutter. Kind of threw it by him a little bit. Kind of a weird thing.
It would have been a strike. Brock Holt 297 with a home run. Narrowly missed a home run yesterday in Minnesota with one high off the wall. Red Sox pounded out a season high 16 hits. And they have kept on rolling into Friday night. Our player profile presented by Verizon Wireless. Brock Holt against the Seattle Mariners, 307 with a lot of extra base hits. And he scored 18 runs. Devers the on deck hitter. 1 down, 2 on. That one down the line. That's floating, but that's going to drop in. That falls in. Another run scores. Martinez touching home. Play to second base. He dives in safe. Down to third Moreland. It's already 4-3.
How about that, huh? Another fastball. It got in on him. Kind of fought it off down the line there, but just didn't have enough to jam him too hard. If you're going to fight it off all the way down the line, you see the fastball coming in on him. Kind of hit it on the label, really. Didn't smoke this ball by any means, but who cares? That's his 7th. He's 7 for 17 off left-handed pitchers this year, so he's doing his thing. RBI there, dunks it in. Ball almost jumped into the stands, but headlong dive, double.
I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of talk about second base with the Red Sox because of the injury to Dustin Pedroia and other guys trying to play there. Brock Holt is kind of settling in now. He's a 300 hitter and picking up some RBIs too.
And you like him defensively too. I mean, that's his natural position for the most part. I know he can play shortstop, has played third, but I think that's his best position.
Mel Stottlemyre Jr., their pitching coach, out to try and settle down Wade LeBlanc. Completely different effort out of him than what the Red Sox saw on the West Coast. Only 1 down, runners at second and third. Sox could possibly take the lead on a base hit by Devers. Hitting .232, 12 home runs. Raphael hit a home run on each stop on the road trip. Baltimore, Seattle, and Minnesota. Ground ball. Here comes Gordon in on it with a run coming in to score. He fires on to get him. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, the Red Sox tie up the ball game as Moreland touches home plate. RBI by Devers. This is something Alex Cora said he really loved about yesterday, that with
Contact.
one man out, he just made contact. That's
all.
right.
They're giving you the run. Everybody's playing back. Gordon makes the play there and gives them the 4th run. Looks pretty simple.
Devers on back-to-back nights getting it done there. So whole new ball game for Stephen Wright. Holt at third and Vasquez the hitter with 2 gone. As the Red Sox have quickly put 4 up themselves.
I wouldn't throw a strike with that fastball either. He's given up 5 hits. 4 of them were fastballs.
Boy, that's impressive to come back like that quickly.
Totally.
It's not like it took 2 or 3 innings.
We've had enough of this, they said, huh? They had to sit on this thing for a long time.
Christian hitting .210 with 2 home runs and 10 runs batted in. A 4-4 tie here in the first inning.
You're talking about a Boston Red Sox club that lets a guy like this one hit him. I mean, it's unheard of if you really think about it, let alone Fenway Park. You can't have that happen here. It's embarrassing.
Well, Betts and Benintendi took care of that right away with back-to-back hits to start the inning. Then a double by Martinez. Mitch Moreland with an RBI single. Brock Holt with an RBI double. Devers drives in a run with a ground out, and it's 4-4. And a 2-1. Left it up top. And a good count for Vasquez. Blake Swihart on deck. Now, as a kid growing up, there were games like this at Fenway all the time. Somebody would grab 4. Sox would come back, get 5.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be the guy pitching.
Yeah. They were fun if you loved offense. The 3-1 pitch. That one hit high and deep. Right center field. Heredia racing. Can't get it. That's going to bounce off into the crowd and drive in a run. And the Red Sox have the lead in the first inning. How about that? 5-4 Boston.
Oh my goodness! I'll tell you what. You talk about payback. He hits this ball to the farthest part of the ballpark. Another fastball. That's 5 fastball knocks, and this ball is crushed into the triangle. He's got that look, and he just can't get it. He's on his horse right there, Heredia, and he just cannot get a double, ground rule double.
So here comes the 9th Red Sox batter in the first inning. The Red Sox are on top 5-4. And then there for a strike on Swihart. 147 without a home run.
I mean, this is what you call getting your lunch.
Well, you said it. It's payback.
Oh,
but
man.
It's also an offense that really started to click yesterday in Minnesota. And the Red Sox carried that home on the charter.
And Seattle's feeling good about themselves in the first inning after getting swept by the Yankees, and then your starting pitcher gives it up.
9 runs, 16 hits yesterday. That one flied into left. Here comes Span. He's got it. The inning ends, but not before the Red Sox fight back with both fists. And the crowd loves the effort. 5-4 after 1. What a first inning as the Red Sox come back home on a Friday night and after one lead it 5-4 over Seattle. So Stephen Wright, after being knocked around in the first inning, scoops this one, knocks it down, and he will retire Heredia for a quick one pitch out. MLB at Bat is your #1 Red Sox app. Customize your experience to catch every moment. Get Red Sox home screen icons and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Romine will be next. 148, no homers, no runs batted in.
Boy, what a great feeling as a pitcher, huh? You give up 4, come back out. Now I'm winning 1-0. Let's go.
So what's your mindset after an inning like that where you give up some runs but your teammates come back and they knock the cover off the ball and they get you the lead?
Oh, that'll get your attention. And, you know, I tell you what, it takes it changes you totally when you come out to this thing. You cannot give it up. This is a huge inning right here. God forbid you give up a run here. You cannot.
The 1-1 to Romine. He'll take a strike. Well, you said it in the first inning. So often a knuckleballer will have a bad inning, and then you look up 6 innings later and you go, what happened to that guy? Because he's done nothing but mow people down the rest of the night. And we've seen Steven do that.
I don't really know what it feels like, because you can't try harder when you're right. You know, it's just the way it is. That pitch is, I don't know what that feels like, because I know I'm going to want to try harder. I'm going to try to throw it a little bit harder.
A little bit harder. Line drive and a base hit by the sprawling Devers. Romine takes the turn. He's on with a single. That's 5 hits against Wright. Right now it is not dancing the way he wants it to. D. Gordon led off the ball game with a base hit. He would score their first run on a mammoth home run by Nelson Cruz into the light tower, which traveled 465 feet. Ryan Healy hit one over 440 feet. Now one off the mid of Vasquez. The runner's going to move up 90 feet. Romine into second, as that one got away from Vasquez.
He got a glove on it, but just sort of trickled away. A high knuckleball, about chest high. Got to be a pass ball.
It is, to get Romine to second. Pop foul on a play, a ball and a strike on Gordon. Right, in his career against Seattle, 4 appearances, 2 of them starts, is 2-2 with a 1.31 ERA. Two and 1. Gordon, a .294 hitter. He's been one of their best, and he'll lay off a pitch low to make it 3-1. Sox and Mariners again tomorrow evening, with Eduardo Rodriguez going after his 10th win of the season against right-hander Mike Leake. And then on Sunday afternoon at 1, Chris Sale against Marco Gonzalez. Chris Sale hoping for some of these runs, and that's going to be ball 4. So runners at first and second with 1 down in front of Haniger.
He's having trouble. He really is. This is not his day. Oh, on next Nesson Clubhouse, see 3D printing. It's changing the face of sports. Plus, see why the most memorable seats at Fenway are not where you might think. Catch an all-new Nesson Clubhouse Sunday morning, 11:30, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Haniger whiffed in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Good power out of this guy as well, and he'll take a strike. Haniger stole a home run from Giancarlo Stanton in New York in the series there, but enough of them went over the fence that the Yankees swept them. Right, looking for a ground ball at somebody. But this one goes through the shortstop position into left field. Here comes Romine. Here comes the throw to the plate. The tag, and he is safe. Vasquez already pointing to the dugout, hoping for a review, but ruled safe by the home plate umpire, Mike Estabrook, on the throw to home.
Well, it looked like to me, Vasquez right away, I thought he tagged him about chest high. And are his feet, did they touch the plate? You tell me.
Now they are going to review this.
That looks safe, that view there. Let's see what this looks like. You can't see where his legs are. Are they down? You see he tagged him by underneath his armpit, or by the 7. I don't know.
Boy, if that foot is on the plate, he looks safe.
And you got to reverse it. It's got to be conclusive.
Right.
Catcher thinks everybody's out, don't they?
Saw Dana Levangie there pointing to an elbow, like he got him on the elbow maybe first. And if he did get him on the elbow, then he got him before the foot got to home plate. So if they see it that way, Dana may be right. So if he got him on the elbow there, or somewhere, you know, high up on the forearm.
Is his foot touching the base? I mean, the plate? Is it up in the air, that left foot of his? See?
Oh, I don't even know how you could detect that.
Yeah, you can't see that. But it's just so close. Is there enough? I don't know if there's enough.
Let's see how New York feels about it. He is safe.
Yeah.
So Haniger with the RBI hit to drive in Romine. And this game is tied.
But they pushed the envelope there. JD made a nice throw from left field. He really did. That's what he took. It took to make a great throw to throw him out. Just barely safe.
In the meantime, only one down, a 5-5 game. Fireworks early here at Fenway. Denard Span, the batter. Wright is trying to master the mystery of the knuckleball. He has already allowed 6 hits. In there for a strike. Span 255 with 6 home runs.
They haven't changed the way they playing this shift again. Same thing. That's how he beat it last time. That ground ball right at the shortstop position.
Punch to the right side. Brock Holt spinning, slipped a bit, threw into second in time to get Haniger. D. Gordon down to third base. That's 2 down with runners at first and third.
See Holt get the lead runner there, but he does slip. Makes a good throw. They only get 1.
And here comes Nelson Cruz again. He has already blasted one off the light tower for a 3-run homers, 19. A 5-5 game in the top of the second inning. And can Wright pull it together? Tried to hold up. He went, though. That's a swing and a miss. Strike one. Back to the home run.
This home run doesn't get any farther, does it? 465 light tower. My goodness.
He's homered in 7 out of his last 13 games. So he's been on a home run binge.
Let's see if they're going to throw through if Span decides to try to take second.
He can still run. Pretty good speed. And the 0-1 to Cruz will not be made. A dive back in.
He's leaning.
Got to be careful, though, if you make a throw, because Gordon at third is an absolute flyer.
It's like what happened to us the other night with Holt at third. They tried to double steal. It just didn't work.
Runner at first not running.
And that was when, what, wasn't Betts at the plate at the time? Who was at the plate?
Yeah, it might have been Mookie.
Might have been.
Five runs, 6 hits for Seattle. 5 runs, 6 hits for Boston.
I mean, usually do that double steal when there's a Lamb at the plate. You know, not a very good hitter.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if they have one in mind here. Gordon way off the bag at third. Span not running, and that one tagged toward the alley. Here comes Mookie, can't get it. That's in for a hit. The run scores. Span all the way down to third. Another RBI for Nelson Cruz on the single to make it 6-5, and they are hitting right hard. And Dana Levangie coming out of the dugout. Mookie Betts tried to make a sensational catch on it, couldn't reach it.
This knuckleball, he doesn't try to pull, hits that ball in the gap. That's a nice piece of hit, and you see the dive there by Mookie. Luckily Benintendi backs him up, or that would have been a mess.
So the hits keep on coming. No activity yet in the Red Sox bullpen.
Yeah, you got to get somebody up.
Beginning to stir. Brian Johnson wearing 61 there. And Seattle surges back into the lead. After all the great work the Red Sox did to get 5 back, now 6-5 Seattle. And here's Kyle Seager. He's 0 for 1 with a comebacker. That's a strike.
Boy, he takes a long time to make the call. Estabrook back there. He gets a good look at it. By the time he looks at it, it's already
Tuesday.
moved so much. Yeah. What are you doing? It changed lanes on me by the time he calls it.
Johnson just starting to throw in the pen. 2 down. Hit hard but foul.
Ooh.
One of those nights where he's not fooling anybody with the knuckleball.
One good one, one bad one. They don't miss it.
Well, now Steven trying to get out of the inning. He does have 2 strikes on Seager. Oh, 2, and that one hit on the ground to Bogarts. He'll get the force play to retire the side, but not before they come back and take the lead again, 6-5. If you're just tuning in, it's a wild one underway at Fenway Park, 6-5 Seattle. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. Mookie Betts started the offense on the right foot first inning with a sharp single and scored a run. Benintendi also scored. So did Martinez, Moreland, and Holt. And the Red Sox had a 5-4 lead, but Seattle comes right back to get two to lead at 6-5. And what a difference between the starting performances of these two guys back to the last time they squared off in Seattle. Take a look at this.
This is what you call falling out of your tree, because look what they did last time. They were just dynamite. And tonight you see the numbers. Ooh.
Well, that's baseball.
Yeah, you don't want to say yuck, but that's yuck.
They have both scuffled 2-1. 3 balls and a strike on Mookie, who has 6 hits in his last 11 at bats.
This guy wants to be so careful with his fastball, because last inning he gave up 5 out of the 6 hits were fastballs.
Wade LeBlanc came in 3-0, and he's going to walk Mookie Betts. So the leadoff man is on. For every Red Sox hit in June, Echo Store Technologies donates $50 to the Sean Thornton Foundation and raises funds to find a cure for Parkinson's disease and pediatric cancer. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Mookie breaking up Healy there at first base.
Everybody's having a great time, aren't they?
All the hitters are.
Aren't they? They're just having a, you know.
Benintendi with a base hit and a run in the first inning. And we're at 295 with 13 homers and 49 RBIs. Home run number 13 yesterday.
Here's a fastball. See if he tries to throw a strike.
Fly ball into left, driving back Spam, but plenty of room back there. 1 away. Martinez next.
Tell you what LeBlanc did last time out. He was painting is what he was doing. He was everything he wanted to do was where he wanted to throw it, and that's what he has to do. And you could be successful, but if you're off a tick, you're in trouble.
JD Martinez tore into a double, drove in a run in the first inning, leading the American League with 56 RBI. Fenway is played like his playground.
Oh.
High fly ball, that one deep to left. Span back, turning now, looking up. It is off the green. It takes a bounce. Mookie into third. He'll put on the brakes. It's a double, the second one of the ball game for JD Martinez.
Well, if that's a Fenway double, I'll tell you, there it is. That ball was coming out of the sky straight down. And you see, but he throws a little cutter middle, and I thought this ball was bridge when he first hit it. Kind of skied it a little bit, just barely missed it. This ball's going to scrape the left field wall. Look at this thing coming straight down. You see it because it bounced so high there, and Mookie couldn't really get a total read on it.
Yeah, particularly with 1 out. Stay at third. Here comes Mitch Moreland. I was just about to say that JD had homered 11 times in his last 18 games at Fenway. And at the crack of the bat, it looked like maybe. So 2 aboard for Moreland. In at the elbow for ball 1.
When he hits a ball that trajectory off the bat, you think that's gone.
You assume, yeah.
Yes.
And I think you're wise to assume.
Yes.
22 home runs. Moreland's getting hot again. He pops that foul back out of play, and it's 1-1.
Boy, he got in his kitchen there, a little two-seamer.
Moreland with a 5-game hitting streak. He was on base 4 times yesterday.
Once again, they're letting them have the run. Playing way back.
Red Sox down 6-5 in the second inning. Hits are even at 7. Bogart's on deck. And a 2-1 to Mitch Moreland. Little floater. Romine over to make the play, and the runners have to hold at second and third, so 2 down. And it'll be up to Bogarts. Xander struck out in the first inning.
That was kind of ugly. He got in his kitchen with a two-seamer, and then he throws a cutter that doesn't cut. Jams him. Little quail. Easy out to Romine.
Bogart struck out on an 83-mile-an-hour cutter in the first inning on an elevated pitch. That's one I'm sure he'd like to see again. 2 on and 2 out. Mookie Betts at third and JD Martinez at second. Xander with a 2-run double yesterday in Minnesota. And he'll lay off another one, 2-0. Well, he has faced the Mariners here at Fenway 10 times in his career, and he's hitting .333 with 2 home runs against Seattle pitching here in Boston over that span. In there for a strike.
There's that cutter again.
Roenis Elias, the left-hander formerly of the Red Sox, warming in their bullpen. So both pens have been active in the first 2 innings. That's the way it's going tonight at Fenway.
Change-up, cutter, what do you got? Got to be a change-up.
2-1. That's a rocket. Hit stiff, but Span had knocked him down, and he tumbles over.
Bullet.
Hit so hard. Yes, a bullet indeed. But they hold there. Things down here 6-5 Seattle. They bring up Healy, Zunino, and Heredia after pounding out 6 runs, 7 hits in the first 2 frames. Healy with a home run, totally out of the ballpark in the first inning, is 14th, so good power. They do have some punch in the lineup. 0-2.
Those balls, 2 of those balls breaking away.
Looking for the K here, and he'll get it. He sped that one up 77 miles an hour to strike out Healy.
Talk about two back-to-back that, you know, they move like sliders. They get there and then they go a left-hand turn, and he's hacking.
Every time a Red Sox pitcher strikes out a Seattle batter, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Zunino is 0 for 1. He's grounded to third, made the last out in the first inning. And a fly ball lazily hit to left center. Martinez racing over, so is Benintendi. Benintendi takes that. 2 fast outs.
Yeah, Sunday at noon, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Fabood. Available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Lenny, and Steve will recap tomorrow's starter, Eduardo Rodriguez. There he is.
Joseph in the summer duds.
Boy, he's got it going on, doesn't he, Erod? Whew.
9-1. And coming off another win, this one against this Mariner ball club.
Is he confident or what, the way he goes about it now? It's like he knows exactly what he wants to do.
Well, with stuff like that,
oh, I mean, he's got great
really
stuff.
ought to be confident, huh?
I mean, he's got so many ways to get you out.
Popped up, Vasquez looking for room and has some, and that's a very quick inning for Wright. He needed that. He mows him down 1-2-3. Bottom third, 6-5 Seattle. Red Sox up with Brock Holt at the plate. Alex Spear of the Boston Globe joining us in the booth here tonight. Great to see you as always.
Good to see you guys.
Didn't see you on the road trip. Were you back home just kicking up and relaxing a little bit?
Had to be home for Father's Day, so I felt pretty lucky to be there.
And a belated happy Father's Day.
Back at you.
Red Sox were scuffling against lefties a little bit until tonight, and then they've been ripping the ball against LeBlanc.
Yeah, this is a rare outburst for them against lefties this year. We've seen it over and over, but they've only had 2 other games in which they've scored more than 5 runs against a left-handed starter.
Brock Holt down on a swing. Zunino on to first to complete the K. 1 away.
Some of the guys who you would expect to be part of a very strong Red Sox offense against lefties just hadn't been delivering the production they had expected thus far this year. I think foremost in that group, they struggled some against lefties last year, which is part of the reason why they signed JD Martinez, a guy who slugged .892 against lefties last year, which was one of the highest slugging percentages of all time against lefties. This year, he hasn't been able to hit for power against them. They've been pitching to him so carefully, knowing his reputation knowing his history. So a lot of walks, a lot of singles. But tonight, you've seen 2 doubles by Martinez against lefties.
Devers with a high pop up into left field. Span wants that one. 2 up and 2 down.
You saw Martinez almost throw somebody out too from left field, which is not surprising, but you know, he's used to playing right field for the most part when, you know, in his big league career.
He had a reputation in that 2015 season, especially as a guy with a strong, accurate right fielder's arm. He was among the major league leaders in outfield assists that year, and it's kind of forgotten because his defensive reputation has suffered some hits in the last couple of years, particularly while he was playing through injuries. He was actually an American League Gold Glove finalist in right field in 2015.
Vasquez with an RBI double his first time up. Now both pitchers are trying to put together 1, 2, 3 innings. Stephen Wright settling in. It's one of the amazing things about the knuckleball. A guy can get hit around and then he can be unhittable for innings at a time.
You saw Terry Francona for years struggling with the question of how long can he let Tim Wakefield have in terms of figuring things out when it looks a little wobbly in the first couple of innings, because once he would lock it in, he would rip through 6 innings and really be a great benefit, not just to that given night's game, but also to the bullpen going forward. So
there's no gauge though. I mean, how do you gauge that stuff?
It is so hard to predict. It's a pitch in which the past doesn't predict the future.
Right.
So what are you basing it off of? It's really tough for a manager.
Tito wore out that top step when Tim Wakefield was in the game, didn't he?
In 04, he talked about how he trained himself to sit on his hands during the first few innings of starts while trying to figure out what was happening.
And yet that guy won 200 games throwing that pitch.
In terms of Red Sox history, he was one of the most consistent contributors to the Red Sox rotation ever. When you think about the duration that he was a part of it, it's remarkable.
And in big games, that one torn into down the left field line, headed for the wall. That's going to slam into the green. Vasquez taking off for second. Here comes the throw. He dives. He is out.
I
They don't have an appeal?
That's correct.
don't know. Right.
Red Sox lost that appeal on the play at home plate. And that will retire the side. We'll catch up to you again.
Sounds good. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Alex. 6-5 Seattle. The Red Sox do not have a challenge. Take a look.
I don't know. You tell me. Kind of slowed down his hand. Did his fingertips get in there? I thought he was going to be safe easy because this ball took a while. Here's Span again. Throw to Gordon. One hops it. Good tag by Gordon.
Soto's on to the 4th inning. Romine, the leadoff man, at a base hit, scored a run in the second. 6-5 Seattle. Plenty of offense in this one early. Sox have actually out-hit the Mariners 8-7 to this point. But Wright pulled it together last inning. He got him 1, 2, 3 and just a handful of pitches. Floated to center field. That'll drop down for a base hit. So now the hits are even again at 8. Romine 2 for 2. Top of the order will be D. Gordon here. This outsider timeout presented by LL Bean. From the ballpark to your local park, the outside is always better together. LL Bean, be an outsider. What a lovely evening to be outside. Summer is here. Gordon's been troubled. Base hit, a walk. He has scored each time. He's always a threat to bunt too. He's bunted for a hit 6 times. Popped into left, charging out at Martinez, coming on, he's got it. He'll fire on to first base. Off the bag comes Moreland. Back in Romine. 1 away.
Well, he's playing so shallow in left field. It's hard to dunk anything in front of him. See him right there. Gets a good jump on it. Tries to throw behind the runner. A little off target a little bit.
One of the really fun moments yesterday in the victory in Minnesota was the fly ball by Mauer that Mookie Betts caught, barely having to move over in right center field. The Red Sox typically do not play Mauer in that position.
What was he doing there?
The analytics guys said this is where you should be, and Mookie did his studying like a good student, and he would have aced this exam. Here's the play yesterday, but the fun part was what happened after. He makes the catch, barely has to move, right? And then he signals to Tom inside the dugout. I've been studying. I've got it down.
That's amazing how much they gave him the line. That's ridiculous.
Red Sox actually changed that a little bit before the game and decided this is where we're going to play Joe Mauer. And right in the glove.
I mean, they know their stuff. You know, I'll tell you, but Mauer just does not pull, period.
1-1. Dropping down low on Haniger, who struck out and driven in a run with a base hit. Number 4 in the majors in RBIs with 55.
This is a great find by them. You think about it. No one's really heard of this guy. He came over with Segura in that Walker deal.
Yeah, from Arizona last year. And he's made a big impact for them, offensively and defensively.
Oh, yeah.
Right with a 2-1. Off the mitt. That'll advance the runner. So a couple of pass balls in this one charged to Vasquez.
Everything has consistently been going the other way. That ball went the opposite. The ball was like sliders away from a right-hander. Then it goes totally opposite. He barely gets a glove on it.
So 3-1 on Haniger. Got to be careful here with his good power. And he walks him. So a little more trouble again for Stephen Wright. First and second with 1 away for Denard Span, who has singled and hit into a fielder's choice. They may get Johnson up again.
Once again, Span, he's murdered the Red Sox so far this season when he was with Tampa and now with them, the Mariners. He got that double on opening day, right?
Yeah. Cleared off the bases. And the Red Sox would lose, but then would go on to win 9 in a row. Fly ball left center field toward the gap. Benintendi, lengthy run, still coming. Can't get it. He goes slamming into the wall. Here comes the run. Romine is in. Benintendi is down as the throw comes in. And now on the seat of his pants, 7-5 Seattle. When lunging at the last moment, I think he got some leather on it.
Oh, he did. He tipped it. I just don't know where he ended up, what he fell on. Look at him. He's all out. He's got a bead on it. He reaches out and it just nicks the end of his glove. Tries to slow down. I don't know what he hit right there. Maybe his left shoulder, hand, or something. But he just misses this ball. Luckily, he doesn't slam any harder than that if you think about it.
You know, his spike caught a little bit on the warning track. That threw him off balance at the very end.
Kinda
there.
Tripped a little.
He did. And looking at that arm.
It could have been a lot worse.
In the meantime, I think this buys some important time for Johnson to get warmed up in the bullpen again. Because once more, Wright is getting hit. Span with a run scoring double.
That's scary. This is guys obviously one of the most important players on this Red Sox team, offensively and defensively. And Fenway Park, that wall will come up in a hurry.
Well, Stephen Wright's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 3 1/3, 9 hits, 7 earned.
I didn't think he hit it all that well. That ball kept carrying, didn't it?
Well, Span, it seems every time he hits it against the Red Sox these days, it's an extra base hit. He's having that kind of year against Boston. Flexing that wrist. And wearing a scrape there on the other arm. So second and third with one away. And more trouble with Cruz about to hit. He's already driven in 4 runs in this game with a mammoth homer and a run scoring single. Grounded foul for a strike. 1 down. Haniger at third, Span at second.
You're almost just hoping for an out at this point.
Cruz 19 homers. He's driven in 45 runs. And he won't chase. You mentioned he was suspended 50 games back in 2013 for his involvement in the biogenesis scandal. Then he went out to Seattle. Last 4 years he's come up with some very big seasons. That one ricochets foul. Seasons of 40 homers, 108 RBIs, 44 homers, 43. Last year 39, and he led the American League with 119 RBI.
He wants those 2 out there right now, I'll tell you that.
And 2-2 from Wright.
Oh.
Bullet into the crowd.
Over the screen. Screen just not high enough for that rocket down the line. Well, that'll wake them all up.
That'll get there in a hurry. Looks like everybody's okay. 2-2. High fly ball. That one
Got
deep
him.
to left. Way back. That one is out of here.
Oh.
Nelson Cruz with his second 3-run homer of the ball game. He has 7 RBIs in 3 at bats.
And you kind of think, why do you let him face him? You're basically hoping that he gets him out. Meanwhile, he hits a 3-run bomb, the second one, 7 RBIs. He absolutely by himself gave Stephen Wright his lunch. 1 hitter. Boom. I mean, talk about one-man wrecking crew. My goodness.
10-5 Seattle in the 4th inning, and we'll take the break. More in a moment. Well, Brian Johnson finally brought into this thing with a score 10-5. Seattle for the second time has scored 4 times in an inning and knocks out Stephen Wright after 3 1/3. Kyle Seager is 0 for 2 and gets time. He has grounded out twice. 1 away in the inning. Nelson Cruz has already had a week. So he's driven in 7 runs with 2 no-doubter homers and an RBI single.
I'll tell you what, that was in the hope position. You know, you think about it, just hoping he popped it up or something, because you can't let somebody like that do damage. 7 RBIs, 1,000 feet worth of home runs.
Well, the tough thing is, you know, Wright breezed through the 3rd inning. He threw just a few pitches. He got him 1, 2, 3, and you figured, well, he might be on the beam finally, but then a base hit, a walk, a double, and another home run.
Thing is, you never really get the opportunity to give up 10 runs. I mean, it's few and far between in your career where a manager lets you have a chance to give up 10. Right?
True.
Not very many pitchers get to pitch in that situation, right? To give up another 3-run home run.
All the runs earned.
And all you could really say is he's a knuckleball pitcher, and you know what I'm saying? It's hard to manage.
2-2, and he struck him out. 90 miles an hour. He fans Seager, and they're 2 away.
You know, Johnson's had success against this club. I shut him out last year. Complete game. You see kind of a high fastball. Seager swings underneath it.
That's certainly a blow to Wright's ERA. It goes from 1.23 to 3.38. Healy's been part of it with a long home run in the 1st inning. He's also struck out.
That's a kind of a game you give up 10. You say, if I could just erase that one game, I had a good year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because all pitchers look back at a start, we're saying, get rid of that one, because you always have a stinker.
Well, on the other hand, it's the 4th inning.
Yes.
And the Red Sox are swinging it themselves. They have 5 runs, 8 hits. And this is Fenway Park.
And LeBlanc is still on the mound.
Yep. 2-1 on Healy. In the top half of the 4th, and the 2-1 now from the left-hander. And a fly ball in the center field. Benintendi there. He had an adventure in the inning, but he puts it away. Side retired. Blake Swire will lead it off against the left-hander LeBlanc, and then Mookie Betts and Andrew Benintendi. We'll see if there are any residual effects from Benintendi crashing into the bottom of the wall out there. Swihart flied to left in the first. Batting out of the 9 spot, he's the DH tonight, and the 0-1. Mookie's had a good night so far at the plate. He's reached base twice and scored a run. Lunging, and he popped it up. And Romine into center field on the back pedal will make the catch. First man out. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be the first. Mookie with a base hit in the first inning, came around to score when the Red Sox got 5 runs back after giving up 4. But Seattle wasn't done scoring. They got 2 more in the second, 4 more in the 4th inning. All of that against Wright. Now out of the ball game. Mookie hitting .347 with 19 home runs. And he is looking like Mookie Betts.
Boy, he hit that ball to right center field. You don't see that very often in his career. Only a couple of times.
On the infield, Seager charging. Fires on the movement. A nice play to get him. 2 up, 2 down.
A lot of third basemen make this play. Still a nice play. But it seems like they all routinely make that play. It's part of the job.
And he's a Gold Glover.
Kind of quietly Gold Glover, huh?
Yeah, a few years ago. Benintendi with a single and a fly to left. 1 for 2 with a run. Sox are 14-10 in series openers, but 36-16 in all other games in a series. They have owned the finale of a series. 19-5 after yesterday.
You know, watching Benintendi yesterday, he was so frustrated with curveballs, wasn't he? He was mad, and he was mad at the umpire. Kind of rung him up once, and finally he got a ball down. I think it was curveball, wasn't it? Down by his shoe tops and hit it out.
Yeah, he did.
He must have been thrilled about that.
Got jammed a bit there, backhanded by Healy. He'll feed the pitcher, and that's a fast inning. Red Sox go in order. One of the finest Italian fabrics available at Men's Warehouse. You can text Nesson1 to 66960 and receive $100 off your next Joseph Abboud custom suit purchase at Men's Warehouse. Data rates may apply. And didn't Eck look fantastic in the open in his Joseph Abboud tonight? Kind of a pale blue number.
Yes, I like this color. Summertime.
Oh, it's a summer color. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Gonna get another look at that. This screams I'm ready for summer right here.
Tie's a little soft, right?
Yeah,
a little soft.
You've been getting some bronzing in.
Oh yeah. Just to stay in shape.
That says summer.
Yeah. It's always summer,
that
man.
Says where's my surfboard?
Yeah, I've been carrying this since Florida, man. I know what I'm doing. I got a good technique. Yeah. 15 here, 15 there.
That's all it takes, just to you and George Hamilton.
Yeah, and you got that little Portuguese skin. It works, man.
I'm telling you. Zunino 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flying to center. 10-5 Seattle. The 2-2 home. And popped them up foul out of play. You mentioned that Johnson pitching against Seattle last year at Fenway Park was really one of the highlights of the season. What he did here.
We were excited, remember?
Very much.
It's like a no-no in the 9th. And then Jackie made a headlong dive catch. Remember, like
he made like 6 of them in that game.
Catch.
That last play was just phenomenal.
Then he went to the minor leagues the next day.
Yes, that's your reward. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Zunino fans. 1 man away here in the 5th inning, and Heredia next. That's got to be tough to take too. I mean, when you pitch a game like that, your folks are here, your family's here, everyone's going bananas. It's a great night.
It doesn't really kick in. You're just so happy after the shutout. Then it's like, wait a minute, where am I going tomorrow? This is ridiculous.
But a complete game shutout is such a rarity. Heredia is grounded out and popped up 0 for 2. Tampa Bay and the Yankees have gone to the 4th inning. They're scoreless. Kansas City and Houston 0-0 in the 2nd. Blue Jays are out in Los Angeles taking on the Angels tonight.
Angels coming to town, right?
Yes.
Trout's got a bad finger. He can't throw, so he's just DHing.
Yep.
He is on fire, that dude.
Oh, he's having a great season. When does he not?
I mean, really.
He says he's in pain, though, with that finger injury, the 0-2. Romine, the on-deck hitter. He's been a pest out of that 9 spot with a couple of hits. Johnson looking for back-to-back Ks. Our homestand report brought to you by William Ravis Real Estate. Tonight, Seattle. Tuesday through Thursday, the Angels, who are 3rd in the West. Tonight, game 1 of a 6-game homestand with 3 against Seattle and the 3 with the Angels. And a swing and a miss. He got him. And he struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for the lefty.
Well, he's mixing it up nice, huh? High fastballs, kind of sneaky cheese to begin with. And then he throws this hook in the dirt, and he's hacking.
So Brian Johnson trying to restore a little order, give the Red Sox time to get some more runs on the board. Going to need at least 11 tonight. Romine has been trouble. 2 singles. He has scored 2 times. Loop toward right. Mookie coming on, a dive, can't get it, has to scoop it. It hit the grass first, and Romine is 3 for 3.
He did hit 2 of them very hard last time up, just sort of nubbed one into center field, and once again he's got to smile because that ball wasn't hit at all. And if Mookie can't catch it, nobody can. Can't be playing all that deep, but he had to get on his horse to even get close to it.
It's 11 hits already for the Mariners.
You know who's having a good year is that kid's brother, catching for the Yankees. He's having a real good year behind the plate, hitting. Surprisingly.
D. Gordon has singled, walked, and flied out. He tags that one foul. He scored 2 of their runs.
That is Romine's brother, right? They are brothers.
They are.
Austin is his brother.
Yankees at 50 and 22. They've won 4 in a row. Sox at 50 and 26. Houston has won 50. 50 and 26, same record as the Sox have. 3 ball clubs in the majors who have won 50 ball games coming into play tonight.
It's going to be hard for Mariners to stay up with Houston. I mean, come on.
They're 46 and 29. Roller. Holt has to come in on it, has to get rid of it in a hurry, and he looks at second, no play. And it'll be another base hit for D. Gordon, an infield single.
It's like a drag bunt, and he swung. Boy, he can put balls in play like that, and there's no way you can throw this guy out. He is gone. He's out of the batter's box. Leans out for that. Once it gets past the pitcher, second baseman has no chance. You got to play up.
23 infield hits. It reminds you of another guy who used to wear a Seattle uniform, Ichiro, on plays like that. Ichiro is actually still in uniform, but only for batting practice.
I don't understand the whole thing.
I don't know if anybody does.
I don't get it, but he's here.
He's an advisor to the general manager and the chairman, and he takes batting practice. And it is true what they say about Ichiro, that in BP he launches the ball.
Oh yeah,
he hits home runs. And his manager, their manager, Scott Service, and he did play briefly at the top of the season for Seattle. He has tried jokingly to convince people to include Ichiro in the home run derby this year in Washington. Because everybody, they always used to say about him that if he wanted to hit home runs, he could.
He did something with a mustache in the dugout the other day. I don't know what that was all about.
Ichiro did?
Yeah, he's trying to disguise himself. Maybe he can't be in the dugout. I don't know.
I don't believe he is. That might have been Bobby Valentine. Here's the 1-1. And caught the corner. But so many guys are bowing out a home run derby. I think Service was kind of half serious when he said, how about including Ichiro? Because
Ichiro could do anything he wants. I mean, he's Mr. Seattle. Hall of Famer.
3,000 hits. Great hitter. Won the MVP
as a rookie.
Yes. And he had another 1,000+ hits in Japan. Two and two on Haniger with runners at first and second and 2 down. 10-5 Seattle. Johnson trying to hold here against Haniger. Softly hit. Charging Devers, the bare hand. He'll hold on, and the bases are loaded, and they've got themselves another infield hit.
How about these hits, huh? Bases loaded, full of nothingness. Swinging bunt here. This is ugly. This is buzzard luck as a pitcher. You're going to give up 3 hits like that, bases loaded. He's got no chance.
Brings up Span, who has singled and he's also doubled. He scored twice. He's driven in a run. He's thrown out a runner. He's already had a big night. Nobody's had a bigger night than the man right behind him, Nelson Cruz.
Oh my goodness, he's chomping at the bit over there on deck.
He's got 7 RBIs already with 2 homers and an RBI single. So the bases are all filled up. And a high twisting pop to left near the stands. Martinez over there, but that'll be off into the crowd. 0-1. "13 hits, not all of them crushed for Seattle. Span's been very good in his career with the bases loaded. He's got Romine, Gordon, and Haniger aboard. One strike on Span. Fly ball into left. There's Martinez right there to make the catch, and they will leave them loaded. So far tonight, we're at the midway point, bottom of the 5th coming up. Martinez, Moreland, Bogarts. Wade LeBlanc has settled down here the last couple of innings. In fact, he's put up 3 consecutive scoreless innings. But Martinez is 2 doubles off him, 1 for an RBI, and he scored a run. JD hitting .320.
Starting to do that stuff again. Make pitches. Paints the outside corner. Little change up there.
Red Sox came out gunning for him, and the first 4 men tonight had hits off him. After he had 2 hit the Sox over 7 2/3 last time in Seattle. But over the last couple of innings, you're right, he's looking more like that guy.
Right.
Mitch Moreland on deck. Red Sox trying to cut into a 5-run deficit. Time for our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Which team do you think will win the AL West? Text 1 for the Astros. Text 2 for Seattle. Text your answer to 536 536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote. One two socked into right, coming on Haniger. He'll make the catch in the backhand. A wicked line drive by Martinez, but caught by the right fielder.
He's nibble on that outside corner, and then he gets too much of the plate, and he's all over it. He hits the ball so hard consistently. He's up there with the league leaders. That ball is a bullet.
Haniger looked somewhat relieved that he caught it. So 1 away. Moreland now base hit and a pop up from Mitch tonight. He's 1 for 2.
You know, Alex Spear was up here, and I'll tell you, you can ask him anything and he's going to give you an answer like boom 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 boom. It's amazing. I want to sit next to him the whole game and just ask him questions.
Like, what kind of questions would you ask him? You know,
like
esoteric questions,
no,
or
no, like
ancient Egyptian history? What would he ask?
No, but he was like saying you could ask him anything. What's his slugging percentage off of this guy? Bang bang bang, and he's got it.
Oh yeah, he's silly.
I mean, silly.
Yeah. He's been like that for a long time. Yeah, you could ask him.
Yes.
Anything. 1-1 checked, and it's a ball in.
He's fascinating. He really is.
You know, we love to, you know, look at the stuff that comes up courtesy of Alex during the course of the game, but he'll dig up an interesting stat or a version of a stat that we haven't considered, and it's great stuff. Great stuff. 2-1. Socked into center field. That'll drop down for a base hit. So Moreland is on, and he is 2 for 3. A base hit. Red Sox first couple of hitters here in the 5th inning have been on LeBlanc.
Moreland's not budging at the plate. He keeps that shoulder right there. He got jammed on that cutter last time up, hit a little quail to the shortstop, but there you see him there, fights it off, base hit center field.
Well, the Sox do have 9 hits already.
I was going to ask a question. What's esoteric? You got?
I'm going to look it up for you.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to mess it up.
You don't want to hack it up.
Because I will.
I know. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Well, I know what it means.
If Alex was here, I could ask him anything. He could probably tell me fast. You know what I mean?
See, I want to get the spelling right.
I know.
Okay, I got it right on the first try here.
Good.
Meanwhile, Pazos getting ready in their bullpen.
This will be it for him. I bet you 5 innings is enough. They're kind of fortunate that they are where they are with LeBlanc.
Xander with strikeout. He's also lined out to left. Moreland on and 1 away. Sox trying to chip away. Exploded in the first inning for 5 to take a 5-4 lead after 1.
Bogarts hit a bullet to left field. Would have been 2 RBIs.
Skipped up there. Zunino with the stop. Former first-round pick out of the University of Florida.
I'd have a hard time as a manager watching LeBlanc give up a couple more runs. I'm going to the bullpen.
Catcher Zunino asking for time there with Moreland on at first. Xander looking for that first hit. Long third, but foul. Well, since they moved him into the starting rotation on May 3rd, LeBlanc is 3-0. Seattle is 7-2 in those 9 starts, but the Red Sox have had some very good swings off him tonight. Nothing out of the ballpark yet.
You feel like it could happen any moment.
Xander with 12 home runs. He's walked 1 man. That was Mookie Betts in the 2nd inning. And the count all filled up on Bogarts.
He's not going to challenge him with any fastball right here.
Here's the payoff pitch. Popped into right. Haniger has a lengthy romp in, but time to get there. 2 down. Quiet night so far for Xander Bogarts.
Sunday at 12:30. Don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC, Lenny, and Steve will preview Chris Sale's start against the Mariners. DCU, Digital Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Well, 2 gone for Holt. Brock Holt with an RBI double and a strikeout. Sox with only a couple of hits since that uproar in the first inning. And it'll be outside for ball 1. He's hitting right at 300 with 1 home run. Red Sox seeing a lot of the Mariners over this time span. Ripped to right field, giving Chase Haniger. On his horse is Moreland. He's going to make it to third and stopping there. Throw coming into second base. Brock Holt staying hot with the bat. He's 2 for 3, and they're on the corners.
Well, he challenged him with an 85-mile-an-hour fastball, and he ropes it down the left field line. Look at this piece of cheese. Nothing on it. Boom. Yanks it down the line. Haniger goes and gets it. You see this? He goes and gets it, makes a great throw to second base. Don't even think about going to second base. First and third here.
LeBlanc's pitching line brought to you by Lexus, inviting you to see, hear, feel, and experience amazing. 10 hits off him, not much of a mystery. Devers is looking for his first. He's gone 0 for 2 with an RBI. In there for strike 1. Started him off with a curveball. Crowd eager for some more offense. Red Sox have been scoreless since the first. Line shot, and down the left field line it goes. A run is in. Moreland scores. Span got to it very quickly. Holt held to second base. That'll make it 10-6.
Once again, a fastball and a bullet. He is not getting away with that mediocre gas. I'm telling you, and you got to get the hook.
Here comes Service.
Fastball right there. Doesn't try to pull. This is beautiful. You don't know if he's trying to do that or not. He's just got such a violent swing. But he ran into that. That was a bullet.
We'll be back. Joint replacement experts at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Visit BIDMC.org. Red Sox knocking out the Seattle starter Wade LeBlanc. 4 2/3, 6 runs, 11 hits. The 2 men on belong to him. Pazos coming out of their bullpen, the left-hander, to face Christian Vasquez. Has a good night going, a double and a single. A lot of hitters have good nights going. 2 down, but 2 on. And the Red Sox have begun to cut into that lead, now 10-6.
Pastime is having a nice year for them. Out of nowhere, really. Last year had a so-so year. But this year, look at the numbers. 2 walks, 25 punch-outs.
Devers with an RBI base hit. Brock Holt down to second. All right, so here we go on esoteric.
Yeah, thank you.
Intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest.
Got it.
Complicated, cryptic, abstract, arcane.
Thanks, Alex.
A good count for Vasquez to do some damage. He'll take a strike just on the corner. Already there are 24 hits in this game, and we're in the 5th inning. 13 by Seattle. But an opportunity for more runs here for the Red Sox. The 2-1. High pop up off first base. Healy ranging over near the camera well. He can't get to it. Off into the netting.
I wonder if he would have caught that without the netting. You never know.
I think he thinks he would have. So 2-2.
He's sitting there waiting for it, but ran out of room. I don't think so. We'll never know.
They lead at first and second, 2-2 home, and he's filled up the count. So now the runners can get a nice head start. Extra base hit could bring in both of them.
So all he's seen is fastballs. So obviously that's what he's going to get. Trying to make him get it down a little bit.
Vasquez really tagged one in the first inning, way out there to the triangle. It took a bounce on the warning track and skipped into the stands for a double. Big crowd at Fenway this Friday night wants to see a repeat. Fouled off out of play. He hangs in.
Good fastball. Best fastball he's thrown him.
Three more hits in this inning for the Red Sox. Last game and a half, the Red Sox have 27 hits. Holt and Devers taken off and grounded toward third, foul. Big time jam job as he stays alive again. So what will he see here? The last one, a fastball in.
It's all he's seen. 95 was the fastest.
Sox are averaging just about what they've gotten tonight at home this year, 6 runs. Number 2 in the majors. And a 3-2 from the left-hander. Runners take off, and it's fouled back. Got a good at bat here. So this next one will be the 9th pitch of this at bat. 4 foul balls.
Well, he's feeling real good right now. It's a great at bat so far. 2 for 2 on the night. How about a little gappage here? Or bridge, whatever.
Or bridge the gap.
Yes.
3-2, runners take off. Shot into right field, but there's Haniger to make the catch. Red Sox settle for 1 run. Sox would lose to the Tigers 10-3. Victor Martinez had a day for Detroit. 2 for 3 grand slam, 5 RBI, and he scored 3 times. Well, Seattle has 10 tonight, but 10-6 as we go to the 6th inning. And Nelson Cruz, who has 7 RBIs, 2 homers and a single, will lead things off. And he's been crushing tonight. First home run struck about halfway up the light tower. The one in left center. Seager on deck. Johnson staying on the pitch. Cruz with 20 home runs now, and he'll take one in.
Seems like forever ago when he played for the Rangers, right? Remember the last out of that World Series? Ball over his head. Something you'll never forget. That was what, 2011? Right, yeah. Cardinals, Rangers.
Yeah, that went 7 games.
And that was game 6.
It was game 6 where that happened, and they were 1 strike away.
Right.
From winning the World Series. They not only lost game 6, they lost game 7.
Oh my goodness. Texas won World Series back to back, and that's, I tell you, you don't get much closer than that. You may never get there.
A 3-2 from Johnson. Hammered. He's got himself another base hit. Devers with a dive, but he couldn't get to it. And Cruz is 4 for 4. He said some night. Time for the carrying the freight moment, brought to you by Old Dominion.
And watch these knuckleballs just sit there. Just sit there, and he just strokes them. Talk about light tower power. The first one, 3-run Johnson, and he comes back for another one. Ball kind of looked like a slider that just stayed there, but it's same result. One-man wrecking crew.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. And when he hits them, he hits them. He's been doing that his whole career. Seager flares a foul. He's gone 0 for 3. Sox came into play tonight 2 games off the lead. Home for 6. And the Red Sox have a final road trip before the All-Star break. It's a long one. They go to New York, play the Yankees, then to Washington, then to Kansas City. It's not going to be an easy one. Popped up on the infield. Devers on the grass. 1 man out. Let's toss it down to Garrett Austin.
OBX this weekend is the annual Sox for Sox drive here at Fenway Park, benefiting Boston Healthcare for the Homeless. I was talking with the executive medical director, Jessie Gaeta, and she told me that this community is in great need of socks. Fans coming to the ballpark this weekend are asked to bring new athletic socks that can be dropped off at any bin at any gate. And if you get here and you forgot your socks, there are plenty of stores in the area. And if fans are not planning on coming to the ballpark this weekend and they still want to help, all you have to do is visit socksforsocks.com. Guys.
Great cause. Very easy to do. You would think. Thank you very much, Karen. Appreciate that. There's Ryan Healy. He's homered, struck out, fly down, 1 for 3. 10-6 Seattle. Top half of the 6th. Sox will have a long homestand right before the All-Star break against Texas and Toronto. I'm talking about the All-Star break because it's not that far away. Big wave and a miss. No. 0-2 the count, and no question about it, a ton of games are going to be played before the All-Star break like nothing I've ever seen.
What, 95 at the break?
98.
98.
Nearly 100.
It's like 2/3 of the season's over.
Yeah. Season started earlier. The All-Star break is coming about a week later than normal. That's the reason for that. Punch to Brock Holt. The flip got him there. On to first, got him there. Red Sox turn 2. Fruit juice, real refreshing, and the classic flavors you love, original lemonade and strawberry. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Summer is officially here. Red Sox are down 10-6 in the 6th inning. Patsos will stay on to pitch, and Blake Swihart will lead off the inning. He's the DH tonight. Then it's Betts and Benintendi. Blake is flying to left. He's popped to short. leaving him at 143. Looking for that first home run.
Swihart just hasn't been able to get anything going. He doesn't play all that much, and he needs to get him one game under his belt where he gets a couple knocks, get it going.
He has driven in 3 runs. Two and one. Eduardo Rodriguez going tomorrow against the right-hander Mike Leake in game 2. Left-hander Rodriguez trying to become a 10-game winner. You're hearing his name come up in all-star conversation. Manager of the all-star squad picks those pitchers. Keeps pitching like this, he's going to be in the running seriously. Here comes the 3-1. Poke foul.
You know, years ago, the manager really had a lot to do with picking the staff. You know, now I think the players have something to do with who's going to be in the all-star team too, more so than before.
Sure. Fan vote picking the starters. Here comes the 3-2. Fly into left center field. Heredia has room though, shy of the track. 1 man out.
Don't miss a game, especially when the Sox are on the road. Import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device for alerts 15 minutes prior to each game with matchup info, streaks, updated times, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import it now. It's presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Red Sox and Major League Baseball.
I think there's some players who believe that the players and coaches and managers should exclusively pick the all-star team. What do you think?
I think the fans have to be a part of it.
You do?
I don't think they need to do like the whole thing.
Mookie tonight, a base hit, a walk, and a grounder to third, and a run scored. They get Vincent active in the bullpen. Right-hander for Seattle. Thought about it, and that one ricochets off the catcher.
But there's so many guys that make the all-star team now, isn't there? And then you'll get a bunch of guys that won't be able to pitch, so you'll have to replace them, right? You know how that goes.
And position players too.
Right. The guy pitched on Sunday, made the all-star team. Now we have to replace him.
1-1 popped up. First base side, Healy under. Gordon coming over. Gordon wants to take it. 2 down. Benintendi next. Red Sox tied with the Astros and Yankees for the most wins in the majors at 50, and according to Elias, this is the earliest in Major League history that a single league has had 3 50-win teams. It's only the 6th time in Red Sox history they've won as many as 50 in the first 76 games. Including the 1978 team that was 52-24 and did not make the playoffs.
Oh.
Martinez on deck, bases empty, and 2 away for Benintendi. Benintendi went crashing into the wall earlier tonight, giving chase to an extra base hit. He got banged up pretty good. Looking for his second hit tonight. Here's the 2-0 from Passos. Back to that play, the 4th inning.
The Red Sox are lucky that it didn't anything worse happen to him. You see him slam into the bottom of the wall. He lost his balance there a little bit, but full extension just nicks off his glove, and he almost ate it.
With memories of Fred Lynn. And he's going to take ball 4, so Benintendi is on. And here comes JD Martinez, who's ripped a couple of doubles and probably hit the ball harder when he made an out in the 5th inning. Here comes Service.
He's not going to face a left-hander anymore.
Another call to the bullpen here for Seattle. So Passos is out. Vincent coming in. We'll take the break and continue at Fenway Park. 10-6 Seattle. Will win the American League West, in your opinion? The Astros or Seattle? Those were our choices, and the Astros in a runaway. %86. But Seattle has the lead here tonight, 10-6. Vincent out of the bullpen to right-hander to take on JD Martinez. And he's been very good for them. 3-1, a 1.32 ERA in his last 12 appearances.
Fastball slider, it kind of deceptive. You don't really pick up the fastball. It gets on you.
JD with a pair of doubles and a hard line drive to right caught by Haniger. Any more sink on that, that would have went for another double. He's got Benintendi on after he took a walk, and it's 1-1. Mariners got the first 4 runs in the first inning. In the bottom of the first, the Red Sox responded with 5. The Sox had the lead after 1, 5-4. Check swing foul. And the Mariners got a couple more in the second and 4 more in the 4th inning. They chased Stephen Wright after 3 1/3, 10 runs, 10 hits. Sox came back at another one in the 5th inning. They've yet to homer tonight. High and deep to center. Heredia back, turning, kiss it goodbye.
This guy is special. You try to slip a fastball by him upstairs, and he drills this ball dead central.
Now he's having a night. 2 doubles and a 2-run homer, and the Sox are back in it.
Look at this fastball upstairs, and he gets the head out and drives this ball. Once he hits the ball, that sound, the ball's gone. That's it. Get used to this. We're used to this. Number 23.
And it's a 10-8 game. J.D. Martinez to dead center. And that one ripped toward the alley off the bat of Moreland, racing for it. Haniger, he dives, can't get it. Into the triangle and knocked around by Heredia. Moreland's rounding second. He's heading for third. He's going to dive in for 3.
And it's been a while, but this triple machine that he was about a month ago, he got a couple of them. Oh, he gives this a ride too. What is this, a cutter? High cutter. He drills it into the gap. Haniger leaves earth, and the ball gets by him, and you know he's got a chance at 3, and he's going to dive for 3.
His 3rd triple. He's closing in on Benintendi's club lead of 5. Mitch Moreland with 3 hits tonight. Now Xander Bogaerts. That just feels like a big run to pick up at third base all of a sudden. Xander's gone 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a liner to left, and a fly to right. A 10-8 game. And a lot of game left. They have revved up the crowd here at Fenway. Oh, 0-2. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. And don't forget, all summer long, stop by your Speedway and quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze.
Boy, he's back home and just launching again.
Well, he got it going in Minnesota with a couple of hits to right field yesterday, and settling in back at Fenway. The 0-2 got a piece of it. Well, these two clubs have combined for 27 hits. Juan Nicasio now throwing in the bullpen for the Mariners. 2 strikes on Xander Bogaerts with Moreland at third. And a high chopper deep short. Romine with a throw, not going to get him, and the run is in. It's 10-9. Bogaerts with a base hit and an RBI.
Yeah, he hits that ball in the hole. He's got too much speed to think you're going to throw him out. You got to get rid of that thing, and he slips a little bit. Nothing on it. He's safe, easy. RBI.
His 44th. So all of this happening with 2 down. Benintendi started it by taking the walk. Martinez with a shot to dead center for the home run. Moreland with the triple. Now Xander Bogaerts with the base hit. And it's a 1-run game. It's only the 6th inning. 10-9.
Well, that's what you come to expect, really. The Red Sox, we said in the open about how they swing the bat so well. Like you said, close to 6 runs a game they average at home. Lead the world in OPS and all that.
Brock Holt 2 for 3, a double and a base hit tonight. He has an RBI. He scored a run. Activity in the Sox pen. That'll be Matt Barnes getting going.
Time to get some shutdown innings out of the bullpen.
Now, becoming one of those summer nights at Fenway, a lot of us grew up with runner goes. Here's the throw down, and not going to get him. Stolen base for Xander Bogaerts. Red Sox have really been good.
What's wrong? He was off and running. He had that base stolen, and something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Going to bring out. Well, they were going to bring out one of the trainers, but Alex Cora is calling him back.
Okay. I mean, here he steals a bag, and he wasn't real happy. See, he got sort of fouled up there, his wrist.
Yeah, that left hand got caught.
Oh yeah, it got stuck a little bit.
1-1. A strike, so the Red Sox have the tying run at second base.
Still looks mad.
Yeah, kind of kicking at that base. Red Sox have an 82% success rate stealing bases.
That headlong dive, I'm telling you, man.
Got jammed and he fouled it away. Got a Cunner in on the knuckles there. See Xander kind of shaking his head out there, second base. And a 1-2. Devers on deck. Red Sox have hung up 3 in the inning to pull within a run. Xander Bogaerts with an RBI single and a stolen base, but paid a price for it. 1-2. Fly ball down the left field line, hit it for the corner. That one drifting off into the seats.
It's just one of those nights. Everything is happening. I thought baseball, there's no action in baseball. Well, tonight there is.
There's plenty in this one. From Jump Street. Two clubs combined to score 9 runs in the first inning. Tying run at second base. And a 1-2 from Vincent. I think the crowd has loved every minute of it. They really have.
They got to make this comeback. You got to come back all the way.
14 hits aside. Two. That one ripped down the line, hit it for the pesky pole, but he hooked it. And a foul ball, even though Holt hit it well.
Vincent, man, he's featuring a lot of cutters. He didn't hit a cutter. He got a fastball up out of that. Wasn't even a strike, I don't think.
3 RBIs tonight, 3 extra base hits for J.D. Martinez. And a 2-2 from Vincent. Up the middle, but that's where Romine is, and he will throw on to get him and retire the side, but the Red Sox pull within 1. Those include matchups with the Yankees and summer weekend games. Some of the best seat locations at Fenway. For more information, go to redsox.com/premiumplex. 7th inning. Seattle 10 to Red Sox 9. If you like offense, you're in love with this one. Matt Barnes out of the bullpen. Matt 0-2, 42 Ks in 31 2/3. Gets the bottom third of their order. Zunino, Heredia, and then Romine. Zunino's gone 0 for 3. Xander Bogaerts, after that hard slide, stayed in the ball game at short.
Zunino, all or nothing guy, really. Hit the ball a mile, but he'll punch out just to stay in shape.
199 batting average with 11 homers. And the 1-1. 97 to get it by him.
Ball's in the glove.
Heredia on deck. Kansas City and Houston, they've gone to the 5th inning, 0-0. Tampa Bay has a 2-0 lead on the Yankees in the 7th inning. Baltimore leading at Atlanta 1-0 there in the 6th. And a 2-2. He put him away. Some more high heat for the strikeout. One man gone.
Yeah, no contest. You're talking about balls that are right by Zunino. A couple of times balls up the strike zone, and he's late. Cross seam cheese.
Available at Shaw's. Amica Insurance. Great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. Heredia is 0 for 3. He has not hit the ball out of the infield. Bottom of the 7th inning, Red Sox have due up Devers, Vasquez, and Swihart against the Seattle bullpen. This game got to the bullpens relatively quickly tonight. Romine on deck. He's got a perfect night going. He's 3 for 3. Pounded in there at 97. Good life on that fastball as always from Barnes.
He and Kelly, you can expect to get 96 plus.
And Mr. Kimbrel.
Oh, hello.
Foul away.
We got that covered. The guys with the gas out there. Maybe we should try a couple of side armors.
Oh.
You know,
Different look.
different look, angles. You know.
Been a little while since Craig Kimbrel's been able to work in a game. Red Sox would love to get him in tonight.
A quick pitch.
And in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. 2 down.
This is a new look. I don't think I've seen him quick pitch. See, he didn't even come set. Just see ya. Ball's outside. Way outside.
2 away now. Romine, who has singled 3 times. 3 of their 14 hits. Red Sox also have 14. Base is empty.
Oh, a little split finger. We finally saw one. I haven't seen one.
Does not throw it that often, but he has it. Started working on that in the spring. Back to the heat. He's looking to make it a very fast inning. On the verge of striking out the side in the 7th. 10-9 Seattle.
Is that a hook in the dirt?
Got a piece of it.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC Jim and Steve will break down the game, and you'll hear from Stephen Wright and Alex Cora, who but WB Mason celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
Barnes looking to finish off Romine. Got him down 2 strikes. That pitch in the dirt, got him with that. That was the split again, and he strikes out the side. Matt Barnes gets him 1-2-3. Yes, sir. The all-new Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever this summer. KM, together we grill. Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com, and by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Well, it is the green monster. Monsters on the monster. Lots of guys taking aim tonight. It's a 10-9 affair as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Juan Nicasio coming out of the pen, to right-hander. And a high ERA of 5.16. Devers is 1 for 3, and he's driven in 2 runs.
You see the numbers there. Once again, the walks, the low walks, which stands out, but the 5 ERA not too good. 15 holds on the year.
He drops in a strike at 93. Vasquez next, then Blake Swihart scheduled to hit. Here's 1-1. Hammered to first, through for a base hit. Healy trying to make a sliding stab. He couldn't reach it. Second hit tonight for Rafael Devers. He's had a good night with the bat.
Boy, he just lets it go. Last time up, he slashed a ball into left field. It wasn't like he had a short stroke. He never really has a short stroke. You see the slider that spins right down the middle, swings over to the top of it, but this ball with top spin just eats up Healy.
So the Red Sox with 16 hits yesterday in Minnesota. That was the season high, and already 15 tonight. And Vasquez is doubled and singled, so he has 2 of them, 2 for 3. Sox are down a run, but they have out-hit Seattle by 1. Home run tonight for Boston so far, J.D. Martinez in the 6th inning. As he crushed one to center, and he's also added 2 doubles.
See them pay attention to Devers. Last time Bogarts, they didn't even pay attention to Bogarts last inning, and he took off.
Yep, stole second. Sox have wisely picked their spots in 2018 to run. Very high success rate on steals. Not running here, and that's through for a called strike. Activity independent, Joe Kelly getting going. Suddenly a lot of hard throwers in the game. Matt Barnes was perfect.
Oh yeah, split finger and everything.
Some dirty pitches. Struck out 3 in a row. (0-1). That is a called strike on the inside at 95. So it's 0-2. Vasquez has had a good month. He's hitting .317 with 2 home runs here in June. We'll get a time here from Estabrook.
See him had a line drive to right field on this fastball away.
The B on that helmet's going to be gone soon with all that pine tar. Nobody on, 1 on. The 0-2. Runner goes. Slap foul. Tickets for the 2018-19 Bruins season are on sale now. Schedule came out today. Be at TD Garden for the biggest games of the season. Bees taking on original 6 opponents and their top rivals. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. (10-9) here. Seattle by a run. 7th inning. Nobody out. And Ocasio with an 0-2. That is going to be inside. Throw down to first base, not in time. Devers diving back.
Yeah, that's a time when, as a pitcher, and the catcher does that, it's like he's going to, I want you to hold that thing. Forget about the runner. Hold that. It might be strike 3. But when you stand up in front of the umpire, he can't see.
And he dropped it in there at 94 miles an hour to catch him looking, so that'll be out number 1. And bring up Blake Swihart.
That's a pitcher's pitch right there. I'll tell you, that's the hardest fastball he threw, and he got a good spot. Cross seamer. Ball running back just a hair. See it come back a little bit.
Blake's fly to left, pop to short, fly to center. Mookie Betts on deck. And they're really convinced that something is up with Devers, who has attempted, well, he's been on to steal second.
Well, he was running with 2 strikes with Vasquez up there. Hasn't got a very big lead either.
One man gone. Down into the dirt. Nice scoop there by Zunino. So the Sox have the tying run aboard with one away in the 7th.
Swihard's due to run into something.
Nicasio fires and a strike. Another tough pitch. For Seattle, 10 runs, 14 hits. For the Red Sox, 9 runs, 15 hits. Runner goes, and that one ripped the other way. That's going to drop down for a hit. Devers taking a wide turn. He has to scurry back. Throw came into third.
Good thing Devers stayed at second base, I think. He slaps his hands like I don't know what he's thinking there. Maybe upset that he didn't go to third, but look at this piece of hitting here by Swihard, down and away. Just a tough pitch to hit, and he goes down there and gets it. It's a line drive into left field. You're going to see Devers take off on the pitch. Thought he could get the third, but you'll see this throw right there. Might probably had him, but he's off to the races. Hesitation. I don't think he could have got there.
I think he was wise to get back.
Yes.
Especially with Mookie Betts coming up.
A tough pitch there by Swihard. Good hit.
So first and second for Mookie, who has singled, walked, grounded to third, and popped to second. 1 for 3. He will look at strike one. Red Sox keep on coming.
Yeah, hit and run is what that was. That's why Swihard hit that pitch, because that was a pitch you normally wouldn't swing at.
And he handled the bat really well on it.
Sometimes it forces the guy to make contact.
Mookie with his 19th home run of the season yesterday in Minnesota. Has a chance to tie it up or put the Red Sox in front. And Nicasio's 1-1. Way outside. The Red Sox were down 4-0 before they came up to bat tonight. And then Mookie Betts singled sharply against Wade LeBlanc in the first inning. That started a run of hits. Benintendi singled, Martinez doubled, Moreland singled. Later on, Brock Holt and Christian Vasquez doubled, and the Red Sox had the lead after an inning suddenly, 5-4. Trying to get that lead back. Here's the 2-1. Off the outside, Zunino tried to pull it back.
They're holding on to this lead by the skin of their teeth right now.
Great count for Mookie. This crowd's been terrific tonight. They have been ready to roar. They've done a lot of roaring.
This is action time.
Ball 4, and the bases are all loaded up for Benintendi. Red Sox with a man at every base. Stottlemyre coming out. Well, you know, for 4 generations, KM has been locally crafting quality Franks for all Sox fans. Pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer today. KM, together we grill.
The Mariners want to give this lead up. I mean, they just look like they're just willing right now. They are prime.
Only one down. Benintendi has a hit tonight. He scored twice, a single in the first inning, a walk in the sixth, and an eighth inning home run yesterday. 31 RBIs in his last 37 games, so he is over a 100 RBI pace. And now they've got to throw him strikes.
Fastball slider.
Devers at third, Swihart at second, Mookie Betts at first. There's some speed out there. One down. He lays off and it's ball one. The 1-0 pitch. He had a cut.
Ball just a little too tall.
Next hit would be a new season high for the Red Sox. This would be a perfect spot for that. And he takes a strike.
That late strike call again is annoying.
1-2.
Ball does have the inside corner, a little sliver of it.
JD Martinez on deck. Red Sox have the bases loaded. Red Sox have not had a grand slam since the 30th of April. They were getting one every other series for a while. And Ocasio with a 1-2. Little floater over short. That is going to drop in for a hit. Devers is in. Swire taking a big turn, throws off line. He's going to scurry back. The tag is safe.
Oh, he just got back.
And the game is tied at 10.
Boy, I thought Swihart went a little too far, held up late. But another quail here by Benintendi. He didn't hit this ball very good at all. And you know it, and you saw Swihart got a great read, and then he holds him up. I mean, he was late to stop. He's lucky he got back. You see the throw, the tag is just late. Thank goodness.
So the bases are reloaded. Tie game at 10. RBI to Benintendi, his 50th. Really fought off a tough pitch. And now JD Martinez. 2 doubles and a 2-run shot to center tonight. He takes ball one.
He's trying to match Cruz with 7 RBIs with a little slammage right here. We'll just take a base hit.
Sox with a new season high 17 hits. He looks at a ball, 2-0.
Well, he's got a center one here.
He's comfortable in every ballpark, but he is tearing up Fenway Park. JD Martinez. The 2-0. Our 180 moment of the game presented by Awaken 180 weight loss.
On this high fastball, he gets to it. Sends it. Dead center field, easy, gone.
Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of the Red Sox. Now hit 12 home runs his last 19 games at Fenway. Here's the 2-1. Bases loaded. Got jammed. 2-2.
Boy, that ball just ate him up.
He has had 4 terrific at bats tonight. The one out he made, he scalded a line drive to right. Looking to do it again with Swihart, Betts, and Benintendi on. Great speed on the bases. Red Sox trying to grab the lead. Been some ball game on this Friday night. It's Rumbelow, Nick Rumbelow, right-hander. We saw him in Seattle. 2-2 to Martinez. Up the middle, base hit. Swihart scores. Betts churning in. He scores. What a night for J.D. Martinez. Red Sox lead at 12-10.
What a comeback by the Red Sox. They finish it off here with a base hit. Finds a hole right back up the middle. This ball probably was hit the softest out of all the at-bats tonight, but just when you needed it, right up the middle. 2 RBIs there. That is 5 RBIs on the night for J.D. Martinez. The 2 go-ahead runs right there. Benintendi's lucky didn't get thrown out at third, but so what? 12-10.
Service, the manager, heading for the hill. The inning began with the Devers base hit. Swihart on the hit and run with a terrific swing. He singled. Mookie Betts with a walk. Benintendi with a huge hit. Just enough on it to get it into left center field. And now J.D. Martinez, a single up the middle, his 4th hit tonight. He's had a lot of bright nights with the Red Sox. This is one of the very best in the clutch several times this evening. And the Red Sox are on top 12-10. Wow.
You know, he stings it all the time, and then finally he doesn't hit a ball very hard and he gets a base hit. He deserves that. The Red Sox are just, you know, right down their neck trying to open this thing up, and they're not done.
Mitch Moreland scheduled a hit next, and then it was to be Xander Bogaerts, but now Eduardo Nunez is heading out, and it looks like he's going to hit for Xander Bogaerts. He is. Remember, Xander sliding into second base and kind of got caught with that left hand underneath a little bit.
You knew something was wrong. Yeah. See, it gets caught underneath right there. See, it stopped underneath. Doesn't look all that bad. When he got up, though, you knew that something was wrong.
He had a big hit before that stolen base, an RBI hit in that inning.
Yeah, the reaction that he had, I just said, I thought there was something wrong. They're going to have to attend to him, but they didn't. Doesn't surprise me. He's coming out of this game.
Well, the Red Sox last 2 innings have scored 6 times to retake the lead, but Xander Bogaerts is out. As soon as we get an update on his status, we will of course get that to you. Nunez will stay in the game defensively, and we'll see if he goes right out to shortstop or if Brock Holt moves over from second base to play short. In the meantime, Rumbelow is out of the bullpen trying to stop the bleeding, but the Red Sox are smacking it all over the place. 18 hits and counting for the Sox. Benintendi down to third. Martinez with a 5 RBI ball game so far, the runner at first base.
Still only 1 out now.
And Moreland the batter, and he's had a big night with 3 hits. 2 singles and a triple.
Once again, the Mariners are looking for a double play ball.
Moreland up to 297 now at 10 homers, 36 driven in, and he knocks a foul. Oh, what a recovery tonight for the Red Sox, down 4-0 to get 5 right back, then fall behind again, and now they've rallied over the last 3 innings. They have scored 7 times to take the lead. Crazy one at Fenway. Here comes the 0-2. Oh, throw over to first and a dive back by Martinez. One of those nights at Fenway Park where the ball has been flying and both teams have been hitting like crazy. Here's the 0-2. Look like a pitch out.
Yeah, imagine that.
Don't see those anymore. Might be like the 3rd pitch out I've seen this year.
They should have done it before, a couple of times.
Martinez and Benintendi off their bases on the corners, and that's in there for strike 3. 87-mile-an-hour changeup. 2 down.
He painted him with his changeup. It was a pretty good pitch. Ball down and in. Hadn't seen the changeup yet. Ball dips a little bit, catches the corner.
So Nunez stepping in here for Bogarts. Xander had an RBI tonight. And they're telling us now the information on Xander Bogarts is a left index finger sprain. Nunez cranks a foul.
He's got that glove on that hand too, and he still hurt it.
So a sprained finger. Taking a look at the play and the steal.
You see the glove hand right there. It just gets caught underneath. It's like he hyperextended it or something weird.
It was an awkward one. He did steal it though. 0-2 on Nunez. Kelly working in the bullpen. He's going to be all ready to enter this. Sox would like to add a little bit more here, on top 12-10. Brockholt on deck. And the 0-2 pitch popped up. The catcher Zunino back to the netting, but won't get to this one.
JD was going on the play. Tonight, following Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, get all the latest on the Bruins and the NHL draft. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
2 strikes on Nunez. Benintendi at third. Martinez was running with that last pitch at first, and the throw again to first base. Three runs in the inning so far. Martinez takes off again, and it clangs away. Here comes Benintendi. He's going to score. Sox ahead 13-10.
JD's off and running again. I mean, they're just pushing the envelope, and look at this fastball. He just misses it. Ball's down a little bit, but it's not in the dirt. He reaches for it and loses it. Run scores. JD goes to second. 3-run lead.
And they will rule that a wild pitch to score Benintendi, who crosses the plate for the 3rd time tonight.
That ball didn't hit the ground.
Yeah, it could have been a pass ball too. I think you're right.
Oh, definitely.
So 1-2. With Martinez down to second, Sox up by 3. In a game that has featured a little bit of everything. That one skips badly. Martinez romps down to third. That's a big league wild pitch.
Now that's a wild pitch.
That's a wild pitch.
That's a wild pitch. See a little split finger. He shoves it in the ground. That's hard to. That ball's so like 58 feet. Comes up and bites him and gets away.
One more like that, and the Red Sox will have a 4-run lead. Quite a turn of events here in the 7th inning. Big time rally for the Red Sox. They've been doing it all night. Line shot up the middle, base hit. JD Martinez in. Nunez just off the bench rips an RBI single, and the Red Sox lead it 14-10.
Nunez has seen everything from this pitcher, and he gets a curveball, shoots it up the middle. Seen fastballs, changeups. He finally gets a curveball that sort of stayed there. He hits a bullet up the middle. 14-10.
So this ties the season high for the Red Sox in runs, the 14. They also did it against the Yankees back in April. It is a season high in hits so far, 19. Brock Holt has 2 of those, a double and a single. Well, you felt something stirring yesterday, and after a couple of cold days in Minnesota, the Red Sox really sprung to life against the Twins and pounded out 16 hits, 9 runs. And they felt really good about themselves getting on that charter, wrapping up the series like that, by scoring like that and having a winning trip, going 6-4. The feelings were good coming back here to Fenway, where, as you pointed out, the Red Sox have been scoring all season. That one hit, but foul just past Healy, and a foul ball, said Alfonso Marquez. Not by much.
I wonder if Healy got a glove on that at all.
One and 2 to Brock Holt. And Benintendi with a couple of hits. JD Martinez with 4. Mitch Moreland has 3. Brock Holt has 2. Christian Vasquez has 2. And Rafael Devers has 2. And that'll wrap up the inning, but the Red Sox put 5 up there to lead it 14-10.
Because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Well, the Pats have a 14-10 lead on the Seahawks as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Garen Austin with you. And the Red Sox have rallied to score 8 runs over the last 2 innings to grab a 14-10 lead. And a lot of entertainment for a great big crowd on a Friday night.
Just one of those games, you just cannot stop the bleeding. Seattle could not.
And Joe Kelly coming out of the bullpen as we begin the 8th inning. Top of the order in D. Gordon.
When you think about it, Brian Johnson did a decent job. A couple innings.
He
no
did.
runs, gave up some hits, but no runs. And then saw Barnes punch out the side. You hope that Kelly follows suit.
Nunez in the game now at second. Brock Holt to short. With Bogarts out with a sprained index finger. Here's the 0-1. And he snaps in a breaking ball. So many twists and turns in this one. Nelson Cruz has driven in 7 runs and he has 4 hits for Seattle. And his team is down by 4 runs because JD Martinez has 5 RBIs and 4 hits.
I'll tell you what you don't normally see is somebody give up 10 earned runs and get off the hook.
No, that's for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Elias was up in the game in the bullpen a long time ago, way back in the 2nd inning. He was warming up. Now it's the 8th and he's up again. Yeah, Kelly with a 1-2. Drills it in there and he got him at 99 miles an hour. He froze him. Tomorrow on Dining Playbook, Billy and Jenny check out the new Legal Seafoods location at Chestnut Hill. Plus Billy chats with Brian Johnson about boating and music. Catch it all on Dining Playbook tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, driven by New England Chevy dealers. And you mentioned it earlier, Brian Johnson against Seattle. It's a very good combination for Brian Johnson. Here's Haniger. He's been on base 3 times, 2 singles and a walk.
I'll tell you, Kelly comes out, starts you off with a curveball, you're in trouble for a strike.
And the 0-1 on the way. Base is empty, 1 down. Sox with a 4-run lead and the 1-1. Red Sox with a great opportunity tonight to gain a game on the Yankees because the Yankees have lost. Tampa Bay 2-1 over New York. That's a final.
Sabathia didn't get any support.
Sox at the moment 2 games behind. We're going to get one back. Span on deck. Red Sox opening up a 6-game homestand, all against the American League West. 3 with Seattle and then 3 with the Angels. Here's the 2-2. 101 miles an hour.
You know, he just plays with you a little bit with the breaking stuff. 4 breaking balls and then airs it out.
You got to have some pretty serious bat speed just to get your bat on a 101.
I mean, that's what you have to look for to get to it.
trying to put away Haneker. And the 2-2. Left it in.
Little changeup. I mean, he's doing the whole thing. He's doing the starting pitching act is what he's doing. The curveball, slider, changeup. 4 pitches we're going to see. 101 cheese, curveball, slider, changeup. He's doing this little bouncy act before he gets. Watch him bounce a little bit here. Oh, he didn't do it that time.
And he walked him.
That makes no sense to me, really, right there. I'd air him out. 4-run lead.
This is our cricket something to smile about moment. Not grasshopper, but cricket. Everybody happy at Fenway tonight after a big comeback and a 14-10 lead. So lots of smiles here into the 8th inning. And Brock Holt, the hugger. That brings up Span, who's gone 2 for 4 with a single, a double, and an RBI. Maybe one of those nights the Red Sox will be able to get Craig Kimbrell in. Hasn't worked since last weekend against Seattle in their beautiful ballpark, Safeco Field. Bounding ball, that's fair. He taps first, got the out, going to need a tag, and that's going to be a double play. That retires the side. Red Sox turn a beauty. Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Boston Red Sox. LL Bean. If it's outside, we're all in. Now open at One Seaport in Boston. And by Kenyon Grills, the official grill of the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox up 14-10. They have out-hit Seattle 19-14. Elias coming out of the bullpen finally gets in, started warming up in the second inning, has sat for a long stretch, and now he's in. The former Red Sox with a 2-0 record, a 1.74 ERA. The Red Sox have breathing room. Devers is a key reason why. He's driven in 2, and he has 2 hits. Vasquez and Swihart to follow here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sucked into left field. That one rising up, and it is off the monster. He's going for second. Here's the throw off line. He trots in with his third hit of the ball game.
No big surprise there. Devers gets a fastball first pitch, and he goes to work. And he should wear out that left-handed, that wall out there. Fastball, keeps his head down, drives that ball. I thought I had a chance to get out of here. About 3/4 of the way up the wall. Easy doubles for Devers. That's 2 hits on the night. 3 hits on the night.
Yep, 3 for 5. Big night for him. He's not alone. Red Sox have 20 hits. Vasquez with a pair. Single and a double. He's 2 for 4. And everybody who has swung the bat for the Red Sox in this game has done something to contribute. And now Kimbrel active in the bullpen.
Yeah, you got to get him in a game. I don't care if it's a save or not.
Yeah, you got to pin this one down. It's a win you have to have coming from behind like this. It's sharply but foul. Blake Swihart on deck. Blake had a big hit in the 7th inning when the Red Sox scored 5 times on a hit and run play as he drove a single down the left field line.
You don't see that very often. Left-handed hitter, hit and run. Devers on the run. Devers is a speedster, man.
You know, and he gets rolling. He can move pretty well.
Yeah. Surprising.
Kansas City and Houston are scoreless into the 7th inning. Red Sox trying to be the first club in the big leagues to get to 51 wins. And he'll take the 2-1 now. 3 balls and a strike. Swihart is on deck. Red Sox had to dig themselves out of a sizable hole in the very first inning. They were down 4-0 when they came to bat in the first, and they scored 5 times off of Wade LeBlanc, who just last weekend in Seattle shut them out into the 8th inning. Sharply hit down forward. Romine going to go on to third, and a tag is going to cut him down. Devers trying to advance on that play, and he is out at third.
Well, obviously you can't do that. You got the play right in front of you. That was really close to being Romine's only play. More difficult play thrown all the way across the infield, but you see the play right in front of you. Tag made. Cannot make an out there in front of you.
One man gone, and Swihart, who is 1 for 4 to climb in. Vasquez becomes the runner at first base on a put out at third. You can't say enough about the night that JD Martinez has had. And Devers getting more counsel on the base running mistake. Down the right field line, but that is off into the crowd.
You don't think much of it now because it's a 4-run lead, but that's a major mistake. Not major, but it's a mistake.
It really hurts if it's a 1-run game.
Oh, please. We'd be going nuts.
And the 0-2. Ron Redecky, really a key guy on this staff. This is one of the duties he performs for Alex Cora, and does a lot of great work for Alex. Alex raves about the work he does.
It's a go-between, really,
in a big way, and great counsel for a young manager.
It's invaluable to Cora his first year.
0-2 popped up, but that'll drift foul and out of play. $14 runs on 20 hits for the Red Sox tonight. If you had a ticket for tonight's game at Fenway Park, you got a lot of bang for your buck. And it's been a terrific crowd. Here's the 0-2. You just sensed early in the game that it was going to be one of those nights that we all grew up with at Fenway Park, with a lot of runs, the ball really carrying, both offenses firing away.
Well, you knew Verlander wasn't pitching against you.
But the guy who was pitching against the Red Sox tossed a gem against them last time.
So two ways to look at it. I mean, he's going to fall out of his tree that he was, or, you know, a 4-run lead, he's feeling pretty good.
Yep. And Stephen Wright had pitched a gem against them the last time. Game it was 1-0. And this one is 14-10.
And then you see what happened tonight.
Tale of two cities, yeah.
They don't get a decision. Not that they deserved either one. I mean, you talk about really Stephen Wright. You'll never get any more fortunate after giving up 10 runs and not get an L.
Well, I'm sure he knows that. Just wasn't there for him tonight. One of those nights where we've seen it happen with knuckleball guys, where you just don't have it.
It happens to everybody.
And yet, you know, he get knocked around the first couple of innings, and then the third inning he threw like what, 5 pitches?
Right.
The guy got 3 outs, and you figure, okay, he's harnessed it.
I just thought he stayed with him too long. I mean, that's hindsight. I realized, but I thought he shouldn't never have given up a 3-run home run again.
And Cruz got him twice. Here comes the 3-2. He's being very pesky with this at bat. It's going to be at least 10 pitches. Tom Caron will have an update in just a moment. Vasquez at first with 1 away. Flied off the end of the bat. Span will come in on this. 2 down. Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. Tom, thank you very much. Mookie Betts will climb in. And we talked about everybody contributing. I'm not sure, at least early in the game, there was a more important hit than Mookie Betts attacking Wade LeBlanc, with the Red Sox down 4-0 as the leadoff man and spanking a single. That one gets by everybody to the backstop. That'll advance Vasquez down to second. Mookie would later score in the inning. Another wild pitch. Betts has scored twice tonight. He was 3 points behind Jose Altuve of the Astros in the batting race coming in. Altuve and Houston taking on Kansas City. They're scoreless late in that game. When you talk about big hits, J.D. Martinez had a bunch of them tonight. May not be done. There are 2 out with a man at second. Red Sox ahead 14-10. J.D. with an RBI double in the first inning, a double in the second inning. Hit an absolute seed in the 5th inning. It was caught by the right fielder. Blasted a 2-run homer in the 6th inning to straight center. And then a 2-run single up the middle in the 7th. High fly center field. Heredia underneath. And that will do it in the 8th inning. We go to the ninth. Red Sox ahead by 4.
We average 4,000 daily flights. And
Simmons Beauty Rest mattress is back at Jordan's Furniture. Get an amazing queen size mattress set with pocketed coils and a soft quilted Euro top design for just $449. Visit a store or shop online today. Here's our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Red Sox with a 14-10 lead. The starters were not around very long. Cruz has had a huge night. So has JD Martinez. Devers 3 for 5 with 2 runs batted in. A lot of offensive heroes in this one.
A lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that went on, but JD Martinez stands out.
As he often has here in 2018. Red Sox trying to pull back to within the game of the Yankees. Can do it with a win. And here's Craig Kimbrell. 2.40 ERA. Got a 4-run advantage. Taking on Cruz first. He's hit a pair of mammoth 3-run homers. Has an RBI single and another base hit, so 4 for 4. 4 for 4, 7 RBIs, and he's losing in the 9th inning. Because the Red Sox collectively have been better in the lineup. Popped up. Moreland there on the dirt. That'll be out number 1. A little adjustment at the end. Time for our high-strength steel play brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado.
Started off with a bullet off the wall. First pitch he saw. 1 RBI there. Next time up, high fly ball. This ball just comes straight down, scrapes the wall for another double. Next time up, he lost a fastball out over the middle of the plate. Dead central. 2-run Johnson. Next time up, ground ball up the middle. 2 more RBIs on the night. 5 RBIs on the night. 4 for 5.
And that'll send up Seager with the bases empty. He'll take a strike. He's had a quiet night, 0 for 4.
Yeah, Kimbrell had to get in this game. He hasn't been in a game in a long time. Regardless whether there's a save or not, you got to get out there. You can't just throw on the side. You got to get out in the game, get that adrenaline. Can't pitch once a week.
His last appearance June 14th at Seattle when he picked up his 22nd save.
That's a long time ago. You
Sure
got
is.
to get on the mound, man.
And you can't fool with a game like this.
No.
With all the work the offense has done and some very strong relief efforts. Matt Barnes really stands out with a 1-2-3 strikeout the side, 7th inning.
Bullpen did the job.
And Brian Johnson's performance when this thing was going haywire, that's another one that stands out.
Oh yeah, you don't think much of it, then, but now.
And Joe Kelly doing his thing, got a big double play in the 8th inning. Kimberline, the strikeout of the lefty hitter. Didn't miss by much. In 97.
The thing is, like, you pitch tonight, and if you haven't gotten the mound in a week or over a week, this is a high fastball. I thought it touched the top of the strike zone, but if you haven't been out there in a week and all of a sudden you pitch tonight, and then there's a 1-run game. I mean, come on.
He put him away. Seager down hacking. 2 fast outs in the ninth. Ace Ticket, Boston's trusted source for tickets to all Sox games and concerts at Fenway. The prices and service better than you can imagine. Go to aceticket.com right now. So one more out to get. And the Sox would become the first in the big leagues to win 51 times. What a way to start the homestand. An explosion of offense. And it started with the Red Sox falling behind 4-0 in the first inning. They came roaring back and have kept on hitting all night. Off the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Game 2 tomorrow. Eduardo Rodriguez against Mike Leake. And then Chris Sale goes on Sunday. In the finale, the 1-1. And now Craig Kimbrell is 1 strike away from putting an end to this and putting the Red Sox back in the win column.
I could see the Red Sox beat around Leake tomorrow too, just like they did the last time. So this team's a different team at home offensively.
The crowd is up, and here comes the 1-2. Line to center field. Benintendi backing up. He's got it, and the Red Sox win a wild one tonight. 14-10 the final score. TC, a really nice way to begin the homestand. Plenty of offense this evening.